that was actually good because now you're at 13 kiwis.
Okay, so I guess I'll go back down there and...
No, you're gonna need to complete the dungeon and come back in. Because the enemies won't respawn.
Going for the gold.
Oh, it's amazing.
Pretty good.
Good, pretty good, pretty good. Yeah,
There better, but we're not really concerned about that.
A lot of people find that character to be divisive. That's fine. I personally liked it because I can turn my head off and just enjoy the story of him blowing up things. Because
all right, hang on. Very important things are happening.
macho manly voice. Ah, so we meet again. It sounds distressingly familiar. I like that. I have a feeling we're about to get a visit from Mr. Macho Man himself. But you toiled hard to clear this dungeon, worked up a real sweat, profoundly admirable. How about no? Yeah, I appreciate you. Thank you. Thank you, Alwyn. Refuse to perform another one of your deranged dances. The thought of cavorting like that makes me feel ill. Wow. But I saw us how to use Arcanum skills. Don't they come in handy? We're talking first-rate secret techniques. You know, like a climatic clash? Is this a sales pitch? I won't let you bamboozle me with your disorienting speeches. I can control the forces of nature, manipulate the universe. Why would I need such a simple... Though I suppose they did come in handy here, then. What?
Now then, let's exercise.
Oh no. Why?
Because exercise is important.
Another story that I liked, that people don't not like. Well, it's very divisive. He Who Fights Monsters.
Oh yeah.
I don't know if you know the reference to the quote that's referencing.
Nope.
He who fights monsters must take care that he himself does not become one.
Sounds familiar.
It's a Nietzsche quote, who's a nihilist.
Okay, yeah.
So if that, so like people who understand reference will probably more understand what the story is going to be about, because the main character has a lot of like personal issues with, because he gets ripped away from his planet into a different planet, and there's actually really cool world building as to why why that was able to happen and what's going on there. But he gets like, his powers are like kind of apocalyptic, and the powers like kind of reflect a person. Damn you! I won't take no for an answer. I get back to that. We're dealing with Galindo.
Very important things are happening right now.
Yeah. I ask that you two close your eyes for about a moment, but we're already too far to turn back now. That should do it. Just upon you of the diamond dust. Oh no. It's JoJo time. Actually, what is the Diamond Crusaders? Still concentrates.
Stardust?
Or Stardust, yeah. Was it Stardust Crusaders?
Yeah.
I thought it was Diamond. My bad.
Well, the one after that is Diamond is Unbreakable.
That, that's probably what I got confused. It still concentrates to release science, stop some cold. Oh, so I needed this to go back there and okay. Don't remember, but remember not to neglect your training too. Oh no, get him.
All right, I'll make him a mod.
Hey, I did that once. It's just he's so pushy. I feel like we've had another one of those skills forced upon us. Actually, no, I missed. I didn't.
Yeah,
make
you missed.
I didn't make. I didn't. I wasn't trying to make someone a mon. I just missed.
You did miss.
You know,
We still laugh about that.
I know. I was gonna nuke some like you bought her advertisement, and then Echo's friend typed immediately as I clicked on as I clicked on the person. I ended up timing out his friend.
No, you full on banned.
Oh, you're right. No, I should have banned it.
That'll teach him for typing in my chat.
I know. That was hilarious.
So going through this backwards, I don't think it's going to work.
It should.
I don't think it will.
We'll find out. I'll leave if I have to.
Okay, well, you could just start with that, but
I mean, worst. I'd rather not go through the first floor. This is like the third one.
isn't the first floor the one that it's happening on?
I don't recall.
Oh no, it's this one. Okay, never mind. It worked out. It worked out. Everything's fine.
I like how I was curious if he would come back. That is utterly hilarious.
Yeah.
I spawned on top of the stairs that he's carrying.
Yeah, you sure did.
That
All
is
right, now let's
really
see if you can
funny.
figure it out. Nope, he didn't figure it out, chat.
Was it? Did I already mess it up?
No, not yet. Not yet. You haven't.
Oh, I see. Wait,
Do you see?
this? What?
Well, now you messed it up.
What was I supposed to do? Was the staircase?
You gotta
or-
leave and come back.
I want to know if this is out.
This is just a straight line, but yeah, you might as well warp.
What's faster?
Shrine entrance.
Well, shrine entrance, but like if I spawn at where Galando is, then I could just head back through one floor. Was this where Galando was? No. I just want to know, because if I need to do this multiple times, I'd rather find out now. Yeah, that's the
Well,
one.
multiple times. I mean, yeah. Well,
I mean, look, I already messed it up once. I'm probably gonna mess it up. I still know exactly what I need to try to do.
well, what do you need to do?
I mean, I need the button to be pressed, but I don't know how. I don't even
Okay,
think
you
the
need the
big guy
button to
was
be
pressing the
pressed.
button.
You need the button to be pressed, and you cannot be pressing the button because you need to go through the door.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay, so the character's powers are like kind of like a reflection of themselves, because when you gain spells, you use like, for example, like a water crystal. You'll use a water crystal, and then you'll gain a spell that is of water some way. So maybe it's like a water shield, or like a water manipulation, or like a bubble beam. But it will reflect you as a person. This is what your power is. And his powers are all like kind of like referring to himself as a god and like apocalyptic. Is that it? Okay. Okay. Bye.
Hey, look, you did it.
All right.
So he has a lot of like emotional problems, and a lot of people don't like him kind of moping around, because he somewhat does that, and then he has like, that's it for this dungeon. Yeah. Back to the woods. Goes. He has issues because he's upset for being like dragged away from his world and his family, and honestly, out of all of the isekai-ish stories that I've read, it's the one where
Where are you
person.
going?
I'm checking to see if that was the only one. Just like level 12. That's way out of my level. Also, it's kind of laggy for me. Is it laggy for you?
I mean, the Discord stream is. Yeah, I mean, the stream looks a little odd too.
There we go. It's the only story I've read that's like it that has a character who actually seems to be acting like he's upset for being ripped away from his world. It's like typically people are like, say they're like working a dead-end job, they're like in their like early 40s and they're upset because they've like lost their way in life, and now here's their second chance. Like they have no family and they have like no one, and so they're like, okay, new start. But oh, stop. But this character has an attachment to like where he was dragged away from, and he's upset that it happened. And it's honestly pretty realistic, because like he gets dragged into like a cult who's going to sacrifice people to like summon a world devouring horror, and he ends up rescuing an adventuring party, and they work together and beat bad guys. So he has a couple friends, but he also has like an issue because they're like, okay, well, you're just some random guy we saved. We'll try to like set you on your way. But then they realize he's not from there. He needs help. And so
Yeah,
they end up
don't
helping
eat
more.
those ones.
Well, I can eat a couple more.
What? Why? You need 30.
I suppose I do.
You have 2 spelts, 3 cheese.
I figured I
and
can
a
still get
lollipop.
more. I can get more compasses.
What?
Either
Yeah,
way.
where from?
The fire dungeon had compasses. Or was it the window?
You want to go through that again? I mean, it might be easier to just get 17
That's true.
rolls,
Oh, I guess
considering how many you got in just like one run.
But anyway, this character actually, in my opinion, seems more like he makes sense for being like upset and ripped apart from his world. Though it does seem to drag on a little bit with him being able to actually deal with it and move forward, which is a bit of a takeaway for the story, but it's interesting enough that I was willing to put up with it. And he's also an affliction user, so you know I like dots.
Yep.
So it's interesting enough and cool enough. And you know, with the quote being there, I kind of knew what I was getting into. And some people, it's fine. Oh, hey, let me examine the chest. Did I go over here? I like all these stoplights. Okay, so was that the spot there? I'm confused.
Are you? Why?
Where's the mushroom go? I guess it was just high enough that I could. It seemed like I could not jump. Get back here. Why are you running? You're gonna run away. Why is he so aggressively running away? Dog learn dig here. Right. Oh, and then there's the other one, Defiance of the Fall, which is the one I have issues with right now. Because like,
Oh, just the one, right?
well, I mean, one more.
Okay.
Story originally was like pretty good, and it was all fine, all good, and all that. But like, eventually, it's gotten more to the point where it's like, oh no, the character's like, not like the chosen one, but he's like an interest to a lot of moving parts,
That's enough health.
and he's becoming like central to a lot of things. And it's like, oh, he's fated to do that because of who he is. And it's really interesting because so like the world building and lore and all that is super cool, but the way it's being executed in the story is very like, well, you're the chosen one, you have a destiny now, there's fate magic. I don't like fate magic or karmic magic like and so it's kind of irritating. So I think I'm going to try to like wait off until the current arc is over and hope that it does not continue.
Are you?
Where is the mushroom supposed to go? Is it supposed to go anywhere?
Yes.
I mean, I assume I have to bring it over to this platform. I can jump on it, maybe?
Looks like treasure.
There you go.
Really? At least it's thematic, you know. I look, I'm upset it was just one food item, but at least it was a mushroom. I assume I've already spoken about my long issues with destiny, fate magic, and karmic magic, right?
No, but I'm also not a fan of you get magic because reasons.
You get magic because of reasons? Oh. So there's that part of it, yeah. I dislike those magics, at least that kind of magic system, because it forces characters into choosing or not being able to choose options simply because of other circumstances, like someone having like a link to them. So in some stories, karmic magic is just being able to tell people and who they've interacted with. So it's more like, oh, you've interacted with this person and like you owe them a favor. So now we know like, well, like you're working for them. So we can see that you're linked to them. And so you can kind of like use it to track people down or like find maybe like a conflux of bad events. And so you're like tracking like miasma back to a location. Oh, I guess that's not really use of it. That's just scrying and stuff. Karmic magic in some stories though is like, I will do things for you and now you will owe me, and then being able to enforce someone having like owing you something and forcing them to do stuff for you even if they wouldn't normally do it because they owe you.
Okay.
So it feels just more like a magical contract that's being like used
that
to
you're
bind
forcing
someone.
I was gonna say you're forcing a party into a contract.
Yeah,
which
and
is, no.
I don't like that. It's a similar reason as to why I don't like mind magic in stories, because it's just like you take away agency from characters. And, you know, in some cases where it's like, okay, they're just using it to read people to tell if they're using the truth or not. That's like not okay, but like it's acceptable in some stories if it's written like well. But in some stories where it's just straight up like mind enslaving people, I don't like that. And then it falls into the category of like a prison arc for stories, which I absolutely hate. Because the character loses all agency. And so if someone gets affected by mind magic, like the main character gets affected by mind magic, just have written different character. If you wanted to change their motivations or like use them to bind them to do something important or maybe they wouldn't do normally, you could just have the character have actual motivations for something instead of it being forced upon them. Fate magic and destiny magic are kind of like that, where it's like maybe a third party wants to, they overthrow like a family that's been in power for a while, and so they like sort of curse their heir to
Don't die.
be it's the king kobold. Oh no. They like curse their heir to do something really, really dumb. And it's now their fate or something. Or maybe a god was like, we're going to create a character whose fate is now do this thing. And I dislike that. It's part of why I don't like deities or like active deities in stories. Is because if there are deities that are active in stories, why can't they just wave their hand and solve it? Or wave their hand and blow up the world? Like, it just... It seems pointless to have such characters who are that powerful in stories, who are active. Unless they are, like, bound by some, like, contract to only active proxy. In which case, why have the character in the first place if they can't do anything? And, like, Destiny and Fate Magic is... It just seems like a crutch for storytelling instead of writing something that makes sense, or writing a character with motivation to guess I'll just look at him, he's flying.
Sure
Wait,
is.
why is he, it drags them to it?
Yeah.
Didn't even know that. Huh.
It's really good, as it turns out.
Yeah. So yeah, that's why I don't like Destiny,
Also,
Fate, Magic, and
Did you ever equip anything to that accessory slot you got?
I did not. Sure. Thank you for pointing that out. More magic.
Finders keepers.
Obtain mysterious treasure. Very good. Yeah, it just... I just like it when plot devices are forced upon characters. It goes back to me disliking characters who withhold information. Because, haha. Like, maybe like an old... Like a teacher is like withholding some information because they personally believe it's dangerous for the character to know. But say the character has like knowledge of something that will make that information actually useful and not dangerous to them. And while they don't want to share it, they should understand that this person coming to them and actually earnestly asking them for information, trying to say, well, look, I understand that it can be dangerous in some situations, but I personally don't think it will be for me. And they're like, no, you don't need to know this information. Whatever reason is, like they withhold information useful to the character. I just wish in stories when that happened, the character would give pushback and maybe no longer like go to that person for future problems. Just like going to lead me into it's just death. But one way to find out, I suppose. I had a feeling. Can you come over here, please? You know what I mean with the character information part?
Yeah.
Like, I guess I wouldn't have a problem with it unless it but it's used so often in stories. Is withholding information motivate the character to do something? And it's like I wish just like in some story a character would be like, okay, look, I'm a noble. I have some money. Why don't I just like try to find an information broker to find it? And then go around the person to get the information you need. And then maybe that person who, while they're a teacher in a school, while like I guess I need a backup. So this character is like being like tutored personally by a teacher, and they're asking this question. The teacher's withholding information. The character then goes around the teacher to solve. That guy just got voided by his own tunnel.
It happens.
Goes around the teacher to find the information he needs because it's important. He then should go and no longer like go to the teacher for like personal problems, because the teacher is like going to take their personal their personal opinions over the student that they're like supposed to be teaching. Like an element of mistrust, or not as much reliance. You know, like there should be an interpersonal detriment to having not like willingly and purposefully not worked with a student because you think you know better. Maybe that's just like a poor I destroyed that zombie. My goodness.
Yep.
Maybe there's a better way to explain it, or like a better situation.
No, I get what you're saying, but like the last 12 people I told about this information before I learned my lesson all went and got themselves killed. I need to not tell you. You'll die too.
That makes sense.
Freezing shot.
I'm talking about the like, you know, like the old tutor, like the old master.
No, I understand. Come up with a
like,
better reason to withhold the information, not
Yeah.
drop the withholding information shtick. Like,
yeah, like come up with a reason.
you're saying go one way. I'm saying go the other way. You can still have the I'm withholding this information because it's dangerous. Prove to me that you oh nice, you've reached 10 ham. Prove to me that this information will I won't be making a mistake doing the same thing for you.
And I can agree with that. There are better ways to. I guess a lot of my problems with these stories that I've found is just like there are ways to make this work within the
And they
world
don't do it.
building, and they don't do it.
Yeah.
Be that because maybe they just don't know how to write it better, or it's just a story trope that is a trope, and I just like the trope because it's annoying, because it gets used too often and not used properly, I suppose.
Woo, time to take a breather.
I don't know. It's just I wish that some characters would like push back a little bit more on people that they're like supposed to trust because of. Oh no, he's back.
Well, you're back
Or
for
maybe
more
it's-
training.
Through gases, it's depressing that it would only take me one. Yeah, I just wish main characters in stories wouldn't be so much going with the flow, and they'd push back a little, especially when they have the ability and or power to do so, like if they're a noble.
Yep.
I suppose that even if I admit that your techniques are useful, your dancing is not. Do anything? You teach us what other word dances? If I teach you, if I teach you the technique, will you do the dance afterwards? What makes you think I would? What do you mean? You think? Well, actually, wait, they don't have anything to do with each other. Why are you teaching us? Does you have anything else you could be doing? Because you two have such rare talent for exercise. Don't want another screen cap?
No, it's okay. I'll get it from the recording. It's higher quality that way.
Of all my many talents, exercise isn't even one of them. As you're both so gifted, you may very well become greater masters of fitness. More importantly, you two represent the future of the world. As it so happens, this is my sacred duty to butt into the lives of promising youth.
Now then, let's.
I've kidnapped you into the cutscene. You have to exercise now.
Yeah.
This is the cutscene where we exercise.
In the end here, I'm gonna talk about just a couple stories that seem interesting that I have not read yet. I can't bash them yet. Okay. Yet. Maybe I'll get to them. Maybe I don't. There's a story called "My Big Goblin Space Program is a guy." It just seems like it's Kerbal Space Program, but with goblins.
1, 2, 3, 4, 2, 2, 3, 4.
Seems.
Oh, no.
Seems. Yeah.
How are we doing this?
Muscle.
Yeah. But anyway, that seems like a fun story.
1, 2, 3, 4, 2, 2, 3, 4.
Or this one, Accountant Isekai. He's gonna save the world from financial ruin.
Good.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Seems interesting.
I believe in you.
But like, I need to read a bit more into it because maybe the premise is a little like, why is the whole world into financial ruin? Usually that just doesn't happen.
Let your soul
Maybe a
blaze
country or like a
until it
like a
can
couple
burn no
countries
more.
maybe.
They're in debt to that other planet.
Yeah. In that case, that makes sense. But it's like a fantasy one. It seems like maybe it's like I don't know. I'll have to read more. Maybe it's explained well.
Maybe they're in debt to the gods.
Maybe.
Yeah. See, that's a good god story premise.
Yeah.
And that explains why they're not stepping in to help either.
Yeah.
It's your
You
problem.
like you just have to you have to build ways that explain in the world building why things are happening and why it has to be this way. Maybe this god doesn't like to get involved anymore because the last time they did, like 12 things went terrible, and that's how the Dark Ages happened. And so now they feel bad, or like they left the planet. Maybe that's why things are the way they are. I don't know. I get disappointed when stories have such cool like world building and lore, and there's like 4 aspects of the story that are very compelling, and then there's this massive hole that's just like you could just spend a little bit more time explaining this or coming up with a reason why it is this way. And I'm sad.
Meh.
Yeah, it is meh. I like to. Okay, what's that? That was it here, right?
That was it here.
Tornado.
Okay, so I have these now.
Firebolt.
Don't have fire.
You
There's
do?
one more.
You don't have fire yet, but that one might be a little bit too high level for you still. Considering this one was already above your level.
This seems neat.
It's pretty good.
I wonder what it does. Go find out. real quick.
It does damage.
Time to take a breather.
The only do damage is like pull enemies towards me.
I don't know. Yeah.
Wait, what's up?
Nothing. You already checked before you went over.
Nah. I just want to try it out.
Sure. Oh, I was gonna say you should make sure there's enemies first, but there were. It just does damage. It's like a good amount of damage, and I think you can attack during it, unless you just weren't pressing the button.
I was not. No, I was just running at him.
All right. Well, cool. Why don't you go back to town?
Oh,
we have
come on,
some
my
stuff
food
to
was
turn
like-
in, and food to exchange.
Welcome, welcome.
The reporters, yeah.
Many thanks.
Ooh, you have 10.
Many thanks.
Gone now.
Yeah, it's been
Many
deleted.
thanks.
Kiwi from Mango.
You've got yourself a deal. Many thanks. Come
All right, let's
in.
see what food we've got our hands on. Okay, that'll take you to 1,200. We need
Got it.
2,000 more. 12,000, I mean. There. Okay, so we need like 900 more experience, and you can get to level 12.
Yeah.
Dang, if only you had 900 experience worth of mushrooms.
Boy. It's a
Alright.
shame.
Now go turn in your artifacts.
Yep.
Oh wait, it's green.
Wow. So what if we are on time to chat?
No time to chat, but we're gonna chat now.
3, 4. Let me go get grain.
We're gonna turn in our treasure. Yar. Doing treasure hunting.
Yar.
Looks like a topaz. 500 penny. That's an emerald. 500 penny. Captain 21's battery. 1480 penny. Oh. Not to mention frozen mammoth. 3,000 penny. And a money tree. Oh boy. I didn't know money grew on trees.
Well, they grow on the money tree.
That's true. Why are we turning that in again?
Because we're not allowed to have infinite money. Now go check your hunter rank.
Maybe is this coin yours? Maybe.
Welcome to
This
the
is super
Hunters
old.
Guild. Congratulations, Ragna.
We're an explorer now. Autonomous charm. Fried rice.
Looks like treasure.
Yeah,
Gourmet
you've gained a
chopsticks.
few ranks while you weren't looking.
Yeah,
Happy hunting.
let's do it. We got another fried rice. Chopsticks. Increases health recovered from eating. And it prevents paralysis.
All right, you wanna go deal with the coin?
I mean, I guess.
Okay, go to
Woo, time to take a breather.
because this is just gonna be us like randomly warping around trying to find somebody. I'm just gonna tell you it is the looks like the water dungeon. Go to the entrance.
Outside?
Either outside or somewhere in this lobby.
I assume it's outside then.
No, might just be inside. Oh, well.
He's sitting up here. I like how credited the numbers on my money counter are using.
Yes.
Freezing shot.
Doesn't seem to be that way. Hopefully you didn't, like, completely miss them and they're gone.
Doubt it. Maybe they're just not here yet.
Well, no, they're definitely supposed to have been here already.
Who are they?
Kless. See if you can pull up the character notes. Guess you gotta go find them.
King clap. Guess we'll do that later.
Woo, time to take a breather.
Alright.